are excited to announce the next step in our company's challenge to cripple your bank accounts.
Okay.
We're overflowing with pre-cum and enthusiasm to reveal our brand new piggy bank. I mean the Nintendo Switch 2, our little bukkake of innovation.
Our little bukkake. Our little bukkake. Okay. All right.
Games, we've got that. Hardware, we've got that. A moral compass, now let's not get crazy here, but what we do have is the ability to play catch-up with our competitors and strike whilst the iron is frozen, because I'm delighted to share with all of you our revolutionary new feature, Group Chat. Fuck me till I fart, this is the future. Please, take a look.
Oh my God.
We here at Nintendo are proud to showcase Game Chat, our brand new party feature which will allow you to do what our competition has been doing for the last 2 decades. Here you'll be able to have amazing conversations with your friends.
And when I saw this in the live stream where they were revealing Poon Slayer, okay. Moist Upstide. Come on. But when I saw this, I immediately thought, one, wow, you guys are just now integrating this into your all's system. When, like Skeletor just said, the competition has had this for probably over a decade now. I'd say a decade and a half now. And they are just now incorporating it. And the thing is that PlayStation and Xbox, goddammit, have already even moved on from, well, they've moved on halfway. They're incorporating Discord into their systems because the general community, the general gaming community, just uses Discord. And especially because these the players, the gaming community, where we're now getting crossplay, and crossplay is becoming a very, very common thing now. Discord has become more and more relevant. And that's why, because PC players typically use Discord, and whenever you play with a PC player, obviously Discord is great. And so that's why Xbox and PlayStation have both incorporated Discord into their systems, is because crossplay is becoming a more common thing, and everyone generally just rather use Discord. So this is what I'm getting to my point, is that Nintendo is just now incorporating Game Chat when Xbox and PlayStation are moving on from Game Chat to incorporating Discord. The funniest thing about this is that they are using their Game Chat is very reminiscent of how Discord looks, with the whole colored background with the little icon in the middle and having your name in the bottom left hand corner. It's literally how Discord operates. So this gets to my ultimate point. Why not just skip having your own Game Chat altogether and incorporate Discord into your console?
Right, I'll tell you what, you fat little cunt. You're boring. You don't sound like you.
Wow, the memories that will be made. You can even connect one of our colonoscopy cameras to the Switch, allowing you to FaceTime your friends like it's a Zoom call during COVID.
I used to nut in my socks until the crust smelled sweet.
You can even share your game screen up to 360p and 5 frames per century. We've designed it this way to ensure that every stream will have the video quality of an ISIS beheading. Now you might say to yourself, why the fuck would I pay for any of this shit when Discord exists? The Switch 2 might seem overwhelming to you peasants with all
It just moved right on. He had no argument for that. And I don't think Nintendo probably had any argument for that.
these groundbreaking advancements. That's why we're including a tech demo which will showcase key information. We're really hoping that... Wait a fucking... Paid tech demo? What? Guys, a fucking paid tech demo in the year 2025? What? But Astro... Oh, okay, I'm reading the prompt, fucking hell. We've got Mario Kart World with new upgrades and features, such as adding your mother to the roster. We've got Wheelchair Rocket League. We've got Silksong. Anyway, Donkey Kong is back, baby! All these great games and more can be yours for the low, low price of your left kidney. We're starting at $80
And there it is.
for the digital version and $90 for the physical. That's right, we're charging you $10 extra for a fucking plastic case. GTA 6 will now cost more than $100 because we've opened Pandora's box for nothing more than shits and giggles. What's that? You want to play your older games? Go fuck yourself. We're holding your games hostage unless you pay our ransom fee of an upgrade pack. And do not worry, we have no desire to let these games ever go on sale. Breath of the Wild is still $60, and that game came out 8 years ago. We don't fucking care, because like a moth to a flame, you'll buy it anyway. And if not from us, from scalpers. The Nintendo Bait and Switch 2. Thank you for watching.
I need to see that last part again. We simply Nintendo don't give a fuck. But yeah, $80 to $90 depending on if it's digital or physical. That's crazy. And don't get me wrong. Personally, I thought Mario Kart World looked really good. I like the improvements that they're making to make the game feel fresh and new with the whole open world thing, being able to go from track to track after you complete one part of the pre. Look cool. Problem is, the thing is, there is nothing. There is literally nothing that justifies an $80 to $90 price tag. There's not. Don't get me wrong. I love Nintendo. I've loved Nintendo since I was a kid. And even I can't say there is anything to justify $80 to $90 for those games. This isn't like Skeletor brought up. It's not Grand Theft Auto. They're just not. You can't just see Grand Theft Auto making their game will probably be around $100 and then say, oh, let's do that too. No, you have nothing to justify that. With Grand Theft Auto, they are at least talking about all the work that they're doing to make the game the way it is, to be able to beat the last one. Grand Theft Auto 5. Yeah, I think it was 5. It's just, there is literally no justification. And what is unfortunately going to happen, and this is what I think will happen, don't get me wrong, Skeletor is probably right there. There will be people that just buy the game because it's a Nintendo game. They don't give a shit. They'll throw the $80 to $90 at the game. But a lot of people are going to see a Nintendo game being $80 to $90, and they're just going to pass. They're just going to say, nah, that's not for me. And then Nintendo will probably see a reduction in sales because of that. And they may be forced to bring the price down when they're not meeting the sales numbers that they're potentially expecting. And that's the big part of the old thing in business: supply and demand. The thing about demand is when you're not getting the demand because the customer, the consumer, doesn't want to buy your product because of the price, you, the seller, will potentially have to meet that demand. And they will probably have to lower their price to be able to try to meet the demand so that they can potentially make money from being able to justify the cost that they had to put in to make the product. And that's the thing. I think that's what's going to happen. I think that Nintendo is probably not going to meet their numbers because of this 80 to 90 price tag. And that's just because I do not see the general consumer looking at a Nintendo game and saying, yeah, I'll spend $80 to $90 for this. I only imagine the diehards that will buy this.
And go fuck yourself. We're going to make so much money.
I couldn't help but notice that you're a bitch.
Hey, man! How did you get here? We're in the Nintendo void, for God's sake.
Now don't change the subject. You're charging $90 for Mario Kart.
That's the physical version, actually.
You know, you're making EA and Ubisoft look like Make-A-Wish right now. Do you honestly think your audience will pay for your games if just buying one costs a fifth of the console itself?
Yes.
Look, just because you're correct doesn't mean you're right.
I'm sure our audience are completely fine with it. And who cares? Pre-orders are out, and people are buying it like it's crack. Who just blame inflation or some shit for the increased prices? We can't lose! Do you know how much money we'll make in America alone?
You might actually have a problem with that.
What?
Do the Mario swing your arm.
Here, hang on a second, I gotta take this. Go for Papa Skeletor. Whoa. Nah? What do you mean the pre-orders are off? What tariffs? Oh! Okay, so what's left? Now you me? Where's Miyamoto? What do you mean
Well, have fun with all of that.
the prices? What do you mean the camera struggles to pick up melanin? What do you mean? Oh, God damn it! We here at Sony now.
Oh my god. And that's the thing. Who knows what the price of the Nintendo Switch will be now because of the whole tariff situation. Even though the tariffs, last time I checked, were called off for 90 days, give or take. Who knows? Obviously, they have a June 5th launch for the Nintendo Switch, so the pre-orders, my bad. The pre-orders have to pick up again eventually. And they'll have to put out another post saying if the price has been altered or not due to if they do want to raise the price because of the tariff situation. Again, even though that it was called off for 90 days, give or take. So that's the thing. But the bigger issue here is that Nintendo did this live stream before the tariff situation started with Trump. And so the thing is that realistically speaking, if we're going to just be objective about this, Nintendo had those price tags for the games to be $80 to $90. And they have no out for that. They can't blame tariffs because they said that that's the price before the tariff stuff happened. So I just don't know what they're going to do. And the way Nintendo's been handling this has been completely out of touch. They've been telling their consumers, hey, you can always go buy an old Switch, or hey, we feel personally that our games are worth $80 to $90. And the thing is that you can feel that way all you want. At the end of the day, you have to ask yourself as a businessman, eventually, will my consumers buy my product? Will they be willing to spend $80 to $90 on my product. And if you want an example, I'll give you a silly example. Let's say I'm an apple vendor. I sell apples. And I feel like my apples are pretty fucking good. So damn good that I am going to charge more for my apples than my competitors. My competitors are selling their apples for 50 cents to maybe $1. And that's for a single apple. And I'm like, nah. My apples are better than their fucking apples. My apples are the best fucking apples that you will ever try. I am going to charge $25 for a single apple because I believe in my apples that much. And I'm going to tell people when they ask me, hey, why are you charging $25 for your apples when everyone else is charging 50 cents to $1? And I'm going to say, because my apples are that fucking good. And if you don't like it, fuck you. That consumer, that customer is probably going to say, no, fuck you, and go to one of my other competitors. They're not going to even bother even considering paying $25 for an apple, and they shouldn't. That's crazy. And so what's going to happen is that the crazy man that I am, who is charging $25 for an apple, am not going to realistically get any consumers. In fact, if anyone even bought my apples, I would I would think they're crazy. And so I'm not going to make any money because I am charging so much for what a consumer will not pay. Even if I believe that much in my product, even though I think my product is that good, I will eventually have to bite the bullet and lower my price to be able to make up, or even try to make up, for the money that I've spent to be able to make my apples, grow my apples, and be able to sell my apples when it comes to the time that I'm spending trying to sell them and being able to move them from point A to point B. Will the consumer be willing to justify paying $80 to $90 for their game? And like I said, my opinion, I believe there are going to be some diehard Nintendo fans that will do it anyways. But I think the general consumer, the regular gamer, the casual gamer, will look at $80 to $90 and probably at the very least second guess buying a Nintendo game. I think that's what's going to happen. And there may be some that just say, yeah, okay, I'll do it. Or there may be, and I think there will be, some that go, I can't do it. I can't spend $80 to $90 for a Nintendo game. So that's my thoughts on the Nintendo stuff. If I make this a YouTube video, I'll leave a link in the description below for Tom Christie's video. Definitely hit that like button for him. Hit that subscribe button for him. Definitely check him out. Hit that like and subscribe button. While you're at it, hit that like and subscribe button for me. I greatly appreciate it.